This program is brought to you by the City of Oceanside. The following program does not necessarily reflect the views, opinions, or policies of the City of Oceanside, its elected officials, KOCT, its board of directors, or staff. This program is underwritten in part by Waste Management of North County in Oceanside. We are dedicated to serving customers and community as a safe, comprehensive service provider, a good corporate citizen, and a responsible environmental steward. Think green. Think Waste Management.
Hi, I'm CJ Demento, your local librarian from the Oceanside Public Library and city staff for the Oceanside Arts Commission. Welcome to the May edition of Oceanside Spectrum, and thank you so much for watching. First, we have Valley Gilly, Executive Director of Oside Kitchen Collaborative, who turned a kitchen into a mission during the pandemic. Jennifer Paroli, President of TriCity Hospital Foundation, is here to update us on the medical center's redesign and how you can be involved. And as President of the California Surf Museum, Jim Kempton will tell us about this wonderful museum that is helping to preserve our surfing heritage. And Joe McCluskey, Public Relations Chair for the Friends of the Oceanside Public Library, is here to celebrate their 50th anniversary and tell us about their current initiatives. So stay tuned because Oceanside Spectrum starts now. Valley Gilly is here, Executive Director of the Oside Kitchen Collaborative, which supports zero waste efforts by partnering with local farms and businesses to divert and rescue fresh produce to nourish and educate our community. Hi, Valley.
How's it going?
Good. Welcome today.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so happy that you're here to talk about the Oside Kitchen Collaborative. It's really an amazing organization, and the pandemic hit, and you guys really just ramped things up.
It was a quick pivot for sure.
Tell us about that. Tell us about what that process was.
Originally, our mission was to divert edible food from the landfill and farmers markets, and to educate and nourish our community about how to be less wasteful.
Right.
And so we wanted to do that with preservation and pickling and educational classes where we could show you how to use everything, all parts of the vegetables and fruits, even meat.
Right.
So when the pandemic hit, we were just, essentially we're a startup. We only really started in September. And by February, all of the events were canceling. And I was like, oh no, this is like really happening. And by March 16th, we were totally shut down. And by March 23rd, we had people needing meals, emergency feeding. And so we partnered with the City of Oceanside, and we got that food out right away. And it was supposed to be 500 meals a day, and we were doing 1,500 to 5,000 meals a day for 25 straight weeks. And we haven't stopped. We're still feeding people.
Yeah.
And we fed over 500,000 meals. So it's been a really interesting kind of, it's good soul work, but also like kind of scary. You're like, is this ever going to end?
Yeah, and so it has been over 400 days.
400
that
days.
You have been making meals throughout the community. What is that? What does the process of getting those meals out look like, and who are they going to? Tell us.
So we have a wide variety, and we have a lot of community partners. So it's different churches, different cities, predominantly Oceanside, of course, but we have partnered with other people that can't keep up with the need, so they help us, and then we make these meals, and they come and they distribute them to their communities. And it's seniors, food insecure families. We've helped with during the holidays when schools are closed, getting more meals out to the kids that are dependent on those meals that they get at school. So anywhere there's a gap, we fill it in.
Amazing. And you do that with volunteers.
A lot of volunteers.
Talk about the volunteers that are helping you make this happen.
Oh my gosh, we have like about 230 volunteers that rotate through OKC, and we have only 4 permanent staff and about 10 part-time staff that come in and help direct everybody. And at the peak, we had 29 people we employed like overnight. A lot of banquet workers, people obviously with no events happening, all those people were out of work. And a lot of the times they donated their time because they were getting unemployment and wanted to give back to the community.
Amazing.
And so we've built this amazing group of people, and without them we would not be able to have fed 500,000 plus meals.
Yeah. And what's next for Oside Kitchen Collaborative? What's next?
Well, our original mission again was to just divert edible food and, like I said, educate. But this has been such, like, my staff and I have worked so hard, and it's like soul changing work. So we would like to have like a food truck or some sort of disaster relief where we could pull up always if somebody needs help, or extra meals, or be in spots where we could have fresh, nutritious food always for people that need it.
Yeah. We need to get you a food truck.
I need a food truck.
We need to make that happen.
Right?
We need to make that happen. So you are also the 36th Senate District's 2021 Woman of the Year. That's awesome. Congratulations. Well deserved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The senator called me and I was like, I got what? And I mean, I didn't do it alone. It is a great honor to represent Oceanside, or, you know, being born and raised Oceanside, and then getting to represent San Diego and Orange County. So I feel very honored, but I didn't do it alone. You know, I have a great staff, and all those volunteers have definitely helped me and my family. So, because I don't know why they put up with me, but it's great. You know, I work all the time, and it's such great work, and it feels good.
Rewarding,
so,
rewarding, and important and vital to our community.
It is.
So if people want to learn more, they want to support OKC, they want to get you a food truck. How do they do that?
They go to theokc.org.
Okay.
And there's you can just follow our journey if you're just interested. But if you want to volunteer, or if you want to donate, we make it really easy. If you want to buy me a food truck, I'm into it. But yeah, come volunteer, even just for one day, and see how good it feels to give back to your community.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Valley.
Thanks for having me.
Great to have you. Thank you, and we'll be right back with our next guest.
Use motor oil or cocktail of toxins. Dispose carefully, you got lots of options. Never the trash, the drain, or the ground. That's insane and it ain't safe and sound. Oceanside is a zero waste city. Oceanside is a zero waste city. Oceanside is a zero waste city. Oceanside is a zero waste city.
Recycle used oil and filters at certified collection points in Oceanside. For locations, see greenoceanside.org.
All right, up next, President of TriCity Hospital Foundation, Jennifer Paroli, is with us. And she's here because it's TriCity's 60th anniversary.
Exactly.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah.
I'm just thrilled to be here. I love what we're doing at TriCity, so I love to tell the story.
Wonderful. Well, tell us the story. I mean, TriCity Hospital, acclaimed emergency room care, heart attack, stroke care, you know, an amazing neonatal unit. Tell us more. Tell us more about our hospital.
Well, from a personal perspective, I came to TriCity at 2006, and I was at that time the director of their cancer program, and not clinical but compliance. And I began to see the amazing work that the hospital was doing. And so in 2008, I just marched down to the foundation and said, I'm here, what can I do to help? I felt that strongly about it. And so I got involved with their fundraising as a volunteer. And the hospital, of course, is 60 years old. And a couple of years after, there was so much growth and excitement that they recognized right away the need for growth. So the foundation was born 2 years after that. And so everything we do for the hospital. And all the funds we raise go directly back to the hospital. And it's a wonderful organization. Of course, it's a nonprofit, 501c3, and we do have still just amazing people on the board, amazing volunteers. We've done fundraising through our events and through grants and corporate counsel. So of course, there are many ways to be involved. And I always feel like having a variety of ways to get involved is so important because people give from their heart. So what might work for someone may not work for someone else. So people might say, I want to get involved in your events. And some people might say, I want to bring meals for the frontline workers during COVID. So there's a lot of opportunity for people to get involved.
Wonderful, wonderful. And the Copley Foundation is doing a 2-to-1 matching. Tell us about that. I want people to know that that's happening. That's really a big deal.
It's absolutely amazing. So in 2019, the Copley Foundation reached out and they said, we've heard about what the foundation is doing. We've heard about what's going on at the galas. TriCity has made so many strides, and administration is doing such a great job. And they invited me to come, and so a few of us went, and we had a conversation with them, and they said, what projects are you working on? And so at that time, we were talking about the emergency room, we were talking about 2 or 3 different projects, and we all got together and decided that really our emergency room, which is basically the front door of the hospital.
Absolutely,
and so it really needs to be, we see thousands of people a year in our community hospital in the ER. So we went back to them and said, we'd really love to remodel our ER, and they said, well, we're going to give you a matching grant, 2-to-1. So every dollar everyone gives, it's really a $3 impact. Or, we had someone just walk in, actually an employee, and they said, we love this hospital. I've been blessed with, and said, I want to give $15,000, so that's $45,000. So they're going to give us a matching grant up to $1.2 million, and we'll raise the $600,000. And one of the things that's been so touching to me and heartfelt and really speaks to what we're doing is the fact that they trust us. These are amazing foundations. They've done amazing work. That they trust our hospital and they trust our care, and they say, hey, we're in there with you. We're a community. We're all working together. And as a result, other foundations are interested now. They're seeing, the David C. Copley Foundation, which is an amazing organization. They've done so much. So we were able to submit a letter of inquiry to the Prebys Foundation, and we just found out that they've accepted our letter of inquiry and we'll be able to submit a formal grant. So I just feel like gratitude is just spilling over.
Yeah, well, your passion comes through, and I'm sure that that's what this is all about. So if people want to donate funds, they want to, like you said, volunteer in lots of different ways that they can support your organization, where do they go? How do they find out about it?
Well, I have a whole list. You can talk to me after this, but TriCityHospitalFoundation.org.
Okay.
Of course, you can call the hospital, where there's someone always there to talk and share ideas. You can go to our website, TriCity Hospital Foundation website, and just a myriad of ways to get involved.
But get involved.
Get involved. And now more than ever, when sometimes you get the feeling, well, it's just $100. Well, it's just $300. But with the matching grant, suddenly your impact is tripled, and every dollar counts. People don't really realize that, or sometimes I don't think they take that as much to heart as they think, well, I'm not really making a difference. And I want to say you are making a difference.
And you can make a difference with TriCity Hospital Foundation.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for sharing today.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me and allowing me to share my passion, because I am really passionate about our community hospital.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
We will be right back with our next guest.
Flu season is here, so now is the time to consider getting a flu shot to help reduce your chances of catching this season's flu. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, the flu shot is the best protection against contracting the flu. The cost of a flu shot is often covered by your health plan. Check your benefits documents and with your health plan and schedule an appointment today by calling your physician or visiting your local pharmacy or convenience care clinic. Many employers also offer flu shot clinics in the workplace. For more information, visit flu.gov. This message is brought to you by United Healthcare and this station.
Jim Kempton, president of the California Surf Museum, located in downtown Oceanside, open 7 days a week, 11 to 3, is here. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Happy
I'm
to
glad
be
you're
here.
here today. And I wanted to get that in because the Surf Museum is open.
It is, and they've given us the the green light, which is
Yeah.
I think the orange sign.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we're open and people are coming in just like regular. So it's back to normal in terms of our traffic.
Awesome.
Which is terrific.
Awesome. And I want to tell people a little bit about you, because I loved hearing that you are an award-winning former editor-in-chief of Surfer Magazine. What a cool job.
Greatest job in the world.
Yeah.
I've been lucky.
Yeah, but you're also an author, and you've written several books. Tell us about that. That's exciting.
So I started writing, most of the books that I had written were people coming to me and asking me if I would write the book for them, and then I would just ask them for a fee, and I wasn't involved with the sort of publishing industry.
Yeah.
So when I did the last book that I did, I actually got a literary agent. I love saying that, it sounds so official.
Yeah.
And they sold the book for me, and it was a cookbook called First We Surf, Then We Eat.
Okay.
And so it was just a collection of my stories from around the world where I had been, and then the recipes that I had sort of picked up and learned to cook in all those different places.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And you have a new book coming
And
out
my new book
this summer?
is actually a much, much larger tome. About 10 years ago at the California Surf Museum, we did a major exhibit on women called Women on Waves. Wow, Women on Waves. And so I sort of took the structure of that, which we worked on for a couple of years before we actually installed it. And I took that structure that all of us had worked on and started with that as the premise for doing a really deep history of women surfing. And it was like, peeling the onion. It was unbelievable, all the different things that we found out about women's contribution to the surfing culture.
Yeah, I love it.
So.
Tell us about the exhibits that people can see now at the Surf Museum. We want residents to check it out. There's new exhibits over there. What do you guys have right now?
So we have a really great exhibit on wooden surfboards.
Okay.
That are everything from agave to redwoods.
Yeah.
And many of them are from local shapers here in Oceanside, which, as you know, is a real hub for surfboard manufacturing. It's obviously a surfing spot, but it's also where something like 30% of all the surfboards produced in California are produced in this little town down in the valley there. And so we have that. We also have a boogie board exhibit that talks about Tom Morey and about the development of the boogie, and has all of the different models as it developed through.
Yeah.
And then we have our permanent collection, which is sort of a history of surfing through surfboards. So it starts with the oldest Hawaiian. We have some old Hawaiian surfboards from the 1800s, and the new Kahanamoku's board, and the oldest California surfboard, all the way through to the present day. So that's a fun exhibit just to kind of get for anyone to see the history as a progression, like you would look at history through cars or through, clothing or something.
The shape of the board
The
changes,
shapes of the boards,
the size.
even the materials. It started out with koa wood and redwood, and went to balsa, and then to fiberglass and foam, and also the weight of the boards went from like 150 pounds to 70 pounds to now like they're 6 pounds, and you can hold them with 2 fingers.
Yeah.
So, lots of changing and development.
Awesome. And the museum itself is such a gem, and it has such a great gift shop too. I want you to let people know there's so much there that they can come and check out, and amazing gifts and
Yeah, we have a great collection of surfboard art. We have a lot of books and all kinds of items that you would enjoy buying, from dish towels to to earrings. So there's always something for everybody, and it's funny, people come to the museum, they always want to take something home with them that has the California Surf Museum logo on it.
Yeah.
So we're happy we have that.
I know I do. So anything else you want to tell us about the California Surf Museum, located right downtown, now open? How can people find out more information? How can they become a member?
So if they go to californiasurfmuseum.org or just surfmuseum.org, they'll come right to our site. It gives you all the information about all the stuff that's going on. We are having a gala in November, which we honor a bunch of mini surfers, men and women. We have a couple of world champions that we're honoring this year, and it's going to be a really fun thing. as you know, as with everybody, we didn't have one this last COVID year, so everyone missed out. But I think everybody's really excited about coming to that again and sort of gathering of the tribe.
Absolutely. Become a member, go to the gala, check out the museum, and read your book.
That sounds great. That pretty much sums it up.
All right. Thank you so much for being here today.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you.
We'll be right back. Welcome back. We have Joe McCluskey with the Friends of the Oceanside Public Library, which is 50 years old. Hello, Joe. Welcome.
Hi, CJ. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Yeah. Thank you for having us here tonight.
I'm so happy that you're here because you're talking about an organization that's very near and dear to me, the Friends of the Oceanside Public Library. 50 years. They have an amazing history. Tell us a little bit about the history, would you, Joe?
I will, but first off, I'd like to give a shout out to the volunteers. Yeah. The volunteers have put in about 9,500 hours this past year, and working in the bookstore, the farmers market, and putting together the brochures, the Seagull newsletter. And so without the volunteers, we really couldn't be as successful as we are. And
absolutely.
So, but the Friends started in 1971. Dave Rorick was a businessman. He owned a Buick dealership, and he was on the board at the time of the trustees. And when they moved into a new library, he knew that they needed more than what the city was allowing. So he started Friends to raise money for furniture, carpeting, etc., bookshelves, books. And we've continued that legacy through the years for 50 years. So, and it's just really been amazing. The amount of money we've raised, over $2.1 million in the 50 years. And now we are having a little problem because we have been leasing property from the city for, I don't even know how many years, but it's been for years. Right. And they're tearing the building down and we have to move out July 1st. So we've been searching for a new site so that we can continue sorting books, magazines. The Oceanside residents drop the books off at the drop boxes at the library, and they ship them over to us. We sort them, trash the ones that are really not very well, and then put them on Amazon and also sell them at the farmers market. So anyway, it's just been an amazing thing.
Well, you make it sound easy, but the work that's done, the volunteers and the hours and the efforts that they put in, they give the library over $100,000 a year.
For years they've been doing that, and this year the funding was down because we have been blocked from going into the farmers market because of the COVID vaccine. I mean, not the vaccine, but the COVID virus.
Right.
And just recently they let us go into selling books by the bag. We'd put 10 books in a bag, whether it's mystery, romance, whatever, but you couldn't look. You just had to buy a pig and a poke and $5, so it's 50 cents a book, and we were doing, I'd say on average $600 a week, $500 to $600 every Thursday when the books were out and they could touch them. But with the box sale, we're only doing like $35 to $60 a week. So revenues are down, and so we really need, that was the impetus for us to start the business project that is going on.
The business friends of the Oceanside Public Library. I know that's an initiative you're working very hard on, and businesses are supporting the work of the library through the Friends.
Yes, they are. And before, to be a business friend, you had to donate $250. Okay. Well, since this is our 50th anniversary, we celebrate that by offering the businesses to come in for only $50 a year. So, but we have 4 other tiers. We have bronze for $100, silver for $250, and gold for $500, and platinum $1,000 plus. So we've had quite a few give $250, none above 500 yet, but we're still young. So if the businessmen are listening out there, we would like you to join us and contribute as much as you can, especially the $50, because the fee never goes up. So you pay $50, and then the next few years it's still $50. So,
yeah.
And it's a good, supports a good cause. We support, we don't give money for the librarians or anybody working in the library.
Right.
It's only for services and goods that they need. Furniture, books. I think I talked to Sherry Cosby, and she said that about 26% of the book purchases are the monies that the Friends give. So, and not only that, but we buy furniture, rugs, support concerts that they have. So just quite an array of things that we help all ages, kids,
Yeah.
young and adults. So
Yeah.
anyway.
And you support all of the programming that the library
Everything,
offers,
everything.
from the book clubs to the STEAM camps to the
Right.
everything.
The
everything.
reading programs.
Remarkable, the summer reading programs.
Right.
The Friends really make the library happen.
Absolutely. And without the Friends, it would be tough for the library to keep all the programs that they do have. And that's another good site for the listeners, is if they would log on to the city library. There's a support spot which connects us to the OPL, and then also through OPL Friends they can reach us too. And I'd like to give a shout out to Donna Locke. She puts all the information on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram.
Yeah.
So it's the whole team working together to make this business project very successful. So
Absolutely.
I'm proud of all the board members, the help, and the businesses that are joining. So it's really a great effort for the city. And in fact, Mayor Sanchez gave a citywide proclamation in January asking all the businesses to support us, and because she said that the library is the cultural heart of the city, and I really truly believe that. And I've just been fortunate to have hooked up with the library since 2007. So, and none of the volunteers are paid. It's all the money that we get goes directly to the library.
Yeah, and it's such great work that,
Yeah,
that you all are doing.
yeah.
I know you're also doing an amateur photography contest in May, so people should be looking for that as well, that opportunity.
Yeah, it's open to amateur photographers only, 18 and above, and the winner will be chosen by a panel of judges, and their artwork will be displayed, photography, in both of the libraries. So, and the prize is a one-bedroom cabin at the lodge in Big Bear. So it's a nice prize. There's a $10 entry fee, and the photographs have to be inside the city of Oceanside.
Okay.
And
All right,
the
I'm in.
theme is community and joy. Whatever brings them joy or makes them part of the community, that's the photographs we want.
And that's what the Friends are all about, community and bringing
Absolutely.
joy, supporting our important Oceanside
Yeah.
Public Library.
Yeah.
Thank you. Looking for space, looking for locations for you all to move your operations and be able to continue supporting the library at the level that you do.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Joe, for being here. I really appreciate you sharing this great information.
Hey, thank you very much. Nice to be here. So, also, can I give a shout out to Donna Locke? She's the one that put together the photo contest.
Yeah.
And she's the one putting all the information out on the programs, Twitter, Instagram, etc. So
Awesome.
she's doing a great job.
So many great people. Gail
Yeah.
Wells, Laura Arnsberger. I know
Yeah.
you want to name them all because they're all amazing.
Absolutely. Laura especially, because she designed the brochure
I know.
for the Friends that we give out to the businesses. She just does an amazing job for the library.
Such
So,
hard workers.
yeah.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
And thank you for spending your time today as well, learning about these motivating people and awesome organizations. I encourage you to visit, volunteer, become a member, or donate to one of these organizations that interest you. If you would like to be a guest on the show, please visit koct.org/Spectrum to find out details on how your nonprofit can be a part of Spectrum. Stay up to date with all things North County by visiting koct.org. Thanks, and take good care.
This program is brought to you by the City of Oceanside.